What's going on, guys? Tiebreak here, back with another video. So I know it's been a long time since I've posted a video. Like I said, my computer died and I have no way of recording or editing or anything, so I am recording this on my phone again from the same thing as the last video when I told you guys my computer died. So, gosh, why won't my phone stay in focus? I have no clue. But today we're talking about something different. So these, I've seen these on the internet, and I saw them today, and I just thought they were so cool. So what they are, they're basically little fidget toys. So basically they take up time, or, you know, people who sit there and they click their pen, make all that annoying noise and stuff like that. You know, those are fidgeters. So this is kind of a little toy to keep them kind of active and focused on what they're doing without really making too much noise and having too much distraction. So basically they're like these little weighted things with skateboard bearings in them, and you spin them in your hand, and you it's kind of relaxing, and it kind of just keeps your mind focused. You know, you can kind of do this on the side while you're doing work, or you're on the computer or something like that. Just, it keeps your mind focused on things, and I thought they were super, super cool. So I actually went out and I made a whole bunch of them today. Pretty simple to make. These two were basically all stuff from the hardware store except for the skateboard bearing that I have. I've been skating for a long time, so I have these lying around. They are ceramic bearings, so they will spin quite a bit longer than the steel bearings, but steel bearings work just fine for this. So if you guys have any steel skateboard bearings laying around, just go ahead and use that. So I have these two different kinds. So this is kind of the more traditional thing that you're going to see on the internet being sold everywhere. It's kind of just like a piece of plastic. Mine's made out of plexiglass, so it's not really high quality. But basically, yeah, I've seen a lot of these being 3D printed, and that's probably the way to go rather than making it yourself, because when you 3D print something, you can pretty much make it perfectly even and perfectly spaced out so that they are balanced. And if you see, mine wobbles a little bit just because it's not perfectly balanced, because I basically eyeballed this whole thing. But I thought they were super cool, so I really had to try it out. I really had to make them. They are a lot of fun to play with. I've been literally playing with this ever since I made it for hours and hours on end. Yeah, I'm actually going to talk about these two first. So basically, these are just fittings for pipes. They're like little hangers for pipes and stuff like that. This is what the packaging looks like. It's a 3/4 inch split ring hanger. I think I got these at Lowe's today. You can probably find them at any hardware store. They're going to look like that. They're going to have a big nub on the top and kind of a flat side on the bottom. So you're going to need to get two of these to make, you can make two different ones, but you're going to need to use two of the tops for one and two of the bottoms, just so it's a little bit more balanced. Some other things you're going to need, I just got a little packet of these 1024, just these nuts and bolts. I didn't use any of the nuts, but this is all I could find in the size that I need. And they were only like $1 or something like that. And then I also got these little acorn nuts. I just think they look a little bit nicer on the ends right here. And they also don't cut your fingers up at all. Yeah, so let's see. I'm just going to show you guys. So this is basically the side with the two big ones. It's a little bit more weighty. It spins a little bit longer, but yeah, it's just a little bit heavier. I actually like this one a little bit better. It's a little more balanced, and it feels really good in the hand. Both of these feel really good because they're heavy. This one is a little bit lighter. As you can see, I went to the bench grinder and took it down just because it's a little bit easier to center the bearing when there's not as much material there. See, this one's pretty deep set in there, and it's kind of hard to get it set right in the middle, so I took this one to the grinder just to see if I could get it to balance a little bit better. It's a little bit better, but, you really have to clean up the edges, or you can cut your fingers and stuff like that. So I would recommend just leaving them as they are, because you do have pretty round edges. So these two are actually really good because they can fit in your pocket. They're real small, and they're really heavy, so, they can spin for a pretty long time. If I actually go off camera and spin this one in my hand, it'll spin for a pretty long time. Yeah, it's not the most balanced, but it'll still spin for a pretty long time. So these ones aren't, the diameter of these pipe clamps is a 3/4 inch, and it's a little bit weird going from metric, because this is a 22 millimeter bearing, to the 3/4 inch, so it doesn't fit exactly. So I had to I don't know if you guys can see this, not really, but oh yeah, you have to put a little bit of tape around the edge of the bearing just so that it fits in there really snug. But these work pretty well. Yeah, so these ones they cost a couple dollars for the stuff, like the brackets and stuff like that. Probably around $5 for all of them. And the bearings, if you want to get cheap bearings, get the Bones Reds. Take out the shields. Get all the lube out with either like lighter fluid, or I have this electric cleaner that evaporates real fast and gets rid of all of that stuff. And the bearings will spin pretty good. So yeah, this is probably the cheapest and the easiest method to do. So if you want one just to try it out, recommend doing this. Don't spend like 20 bucks for those ones online, or the really, really expensive ones that are like $100 or $200. That's ridiculous. Just go ahead to the hardware store and make yourself some of these. So these two I actually fabricated out of plexiglass. These are more of the traditional style. I would say just the ones that I've seen all over are just, you know, 3D printed. So they're a lot more balanced than these. But I just thought I could try and make them. So basically I took these pieces of plexiglass, marked it out, and then I drilled out the holes. I could only get them to a 1/2 inch because that's the only thing that, the biggest one that would fit on the drill press, and then I used a Dremel tool to get exactly what I needed for these holes, and they're actually just pressure fit in there. There's no glue or anything. I actually just worked pretty hard getting them to fit just in there so they're snug enough that they won't go flying out when I do that. This is the first one I made. It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit harder to use with one hand because it's too long, but it's still fun nonetheless. And this one I actually just made. This is the most recent one. It's a lot smaller, a lot easier. Both of these are pretty light because they're only one layer of plexiglass. I'm actually doubling it up. Gonna make another one probably tomorrow and see how that works. But these are pretty easy. I would probably use these just sitting around the house because they're a little bit lighter, easier on your fingers and stuff like that. But I really like these ones as well. It's a little bit shinier and it's a little bit heavier, but I'd say for me I have to concentrate a little bit more because you have to reach your fingers inside there a little more because the lips are kind of long. So you do have to kind of pay attention or your fingers are going to touch it and it's just going to spin like that. But I really like these things. I'm always fidgeting. Every time I sit down, my knee is always like shaking. My legs are always shaking. Just because I'm like a fidgety type of person, I'm always want to be engaged in stuff. And this will actually help a lot. I was sitting down just like watching some YouTube videos, just playing with this thing without really even realizing it. Just, you know, it's actually just, it's very calming and it's really cool. So I don't know, maybe these are going to be the new crazy thing. I've seen a couple videos out on YouTube. I thought I'd make one for you guys just because I haven't really seen any before. And the first thing I did when I saw it, I was like, I need to make one because they're so cool. And yeah, I was like, I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to spend 30 bucks on this. You know, I can just make my own. You know, it's not as good and not as balanced as the ones that you're going to get if you pay for them. But, you know, for a couple bucks, this will definitely, you know, take care of your extra time and your fidgetiness. So, yeah. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. I really like making stuff with my hands, so as you can see, I made these all in one day, so yeah. That's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. These are my fidget spinners, or whatever you guys want to call them. Yeah, if you guys want to see more videos, let me know down in the comments. Really easy to make. Go ahead and try it yourself. See you guys in the next one.